Welcome to Glad Labs podcast. Today's episode, Unlock AI Innovation with Anthropic-Python SDK. The rapid evolution of large language models has created incredible opportunities for innovation. However, directly interacting with these models through raw API calls can be complex. That's where software development kits, or SDKs, become essential. They offer a simplified way to integrate powerful AI capabilities into applications. Organizations adopting SDKs are reporting significant reductions in development time, allowing them to focus on building features instead of managing low-level API details. Today's episode focuses on the Anthropic-Python SDK, built on top of the official Claude API. This SDK enables developers to seamlessly access Claude's advanced reasoning and natural language processing abilities within their Python projects. It's particularly useful for tasks like content generation, summarization, code completion, and building conversational AI experiences. The availability of a well-maintained, official SDK is a strong indicator of Anthropic's commitment to developer experience and fostering a vibrant ecosystem around its models. Releases are carefully managed and published for easy installation. Getting started with the Anthropic-Python SDK is straightforward. The first step is installation using pip, the standard package installer for Python. You can install it by running a simple command in your terminal. This command downloads and installs the latest version of the SDK and all its necessary dependencies. Once installed, you'll need to obtain an API key from Anthropic. This key acts as your authentication credential, allowing your application to access the Claude models. It's vitally important to securely store this key. Never commit it directly to your codebase. Environment variables are the best practice for managing sensitive information like API keys. With the SDK installed and your API key set as an environment variable, you can begin making API calls. A simple example of a synchronous request looks like this. This code demonstrates a basic interaction with the Claude model, requesting it to generate a poem. The messages.create method sends a prompt to the model, and the response contains the generated text. Many developers are leveraging this simple interface to quickly prototype and experiment with different prompts and model configurations. The Anthropic SDK offers both synchronous and asynchronous API calls. Synchronous calls block execution until the API request completes, while asynchronous calls allow your application to continue processing other tasks while waiting for the response. The choice between the two depends on your application's requirements. For simple, short-lived tasks where immediate results are needed, synchronous calls are often sufficient. However, for applications that require high throughput or responsiveness, asynchronous calls are generally preferred. Consider a scenario where you're building a chatbot that needs to respond to multiple users concurrently. Using asynchronous calls allows your application to handle multiple requests simultaneously, without being blocked by individual API calls. To use asynchronous calls, you'll need to leverage Python's Asyncio library. These calls use the async and await keywords, which are essential for writing asynchronous code in Python. The web framework FastAPI integrates particularly well with asynchronous SDK calls, allowing you to build highly scalable and responsive AI-powered applications. No API integration is complete without proper error handling. The Anthropic SDK raises exceptions for various error conditions, such as invalid API keys, rate limits, and model errors. It's crucial to catch these exceptions and handle them gracefully to prevent your application from crashing. Here's an example of how to handle a rate limit error. Implementing comprehensive error handling, including logging and retry mechanisms, is essential for building production-ready applications. Consider also implementing circuit breaker patterns to prevent cascading failures in case of prolonged API outages. Developers are finding that robust error handling is a key differentiator in delivering a reliable user experience. One of the most exciting features of the Anthropic SDK is its support for streaming responses. This allows you to receive the model's output incrementally as it's being generated, rather than waiting for the entire response to be completed. Streaming is particularly useful for building real-time applications, such as chatbots and live transcription services. The SDK provides a stream equals true parameter for the messages.create method. When set to true, the response will be returned as a generator, yielding chunks of text as they become available. This allows you to display the output to the user in real time, creating a more engaging and interactive experience. Streaming responses are becoming a standard feature in modern AI applications. The Anthropic-Python SDK provides a powerful and convenient way to integrate Claude's capabilities into your Python projects. To get started, explore the official documentation and experiment with the examples provided. A great first exercise is to build a simple command-line application that uses the SDK to generate text based on user prompts. Don't be afraid to dive into the source code and contribute to the project. The Anthropic team actively welcomes community contributions. Thanks for listening to GLAD Labs podcast. Visit gladlabs.io for more episodes, articles, and insights. See you next time.